Hey, good afternoon. It's Allison Turner here. I'm the owner of Batcat Media Group, which is home to my podcast, Dream Plan Start Grow. Welcome to one of my live streams. I wanted to jump on just briefly today. It's probably not going to be a very long one, but to talk a little bit about progress over perfection. And you've probably heard this before. I used to be like a true perfectionist. I have those tendencies, but in certain things, but I've learned to relax and figure out how to let go of some of that because otherwise I would never get anything done. So one of the things I run into as a business owner with clients is them launching a website. So say we're building a website for someone and literally they go back and forth. And this doesn't happen too often, thankfully, because I always tell people, even before we start the website, it's a work in progress. So don't ever feel your website's going to be the final product. Like, here it is, it's a final product and it's finally done. No, a website should be a work in progress. You should always be updating it. So when you get to the point of launching a new website, just launch it. So for example, I'm building my own personal website right now, and I am going to send it to a couple people for review by tomorrow morning. And then I'm going to launch it probably early next week. Is everything on there? Nope. Is that okay? Yes, because again, it's a work in progress. And if I wait, then it's going to push back other deadlines I have as well. So I'm going to launch it and move forward. But what I've figured out for me is progress over perfection. So I mentioned last week, I think, or a couple of weeks ago, that, the turtle proverb of, the slow turtle that wins the race over the hare, because the hare is jumping all over the place and going everywhere. And then the turtle just keeps trudging forward. So that's kind of what I've adopted, is be consistent and trudge forward in whatever your path is in order to overcome that perfection. Because perfection comes from, you wanting things to be perfect in order to launch, whether it's launching, and I'm talking business right now, but it could be something in your house. Maybe you've got to, before you have anyone over, you have to have like a perfect house. Well, if I waited for that to happen, it would never, ever, ever happen, because we have 5 animals in the house. So that would never happen. It would be a little scary for it to happen. So something like that. But I remember I tried to paint my office once. This is years ago, my home office. And I never tried to paint anything. And I live in a 1925 house. So there's cracks, there's, the house is settled, shifted, all that good stuff that houses do over the years. And I tried to paint this office thinking, oh, this can't be that hard. I'm going to paint an office. I literally think I couldn't even tell you how long I spent painting this home office of mine. And I've yet to repaint it. I'd probably like it a different color at this point, but I'm gonna have to hire someone to repaint it, because literally it was a previous bedroom. And so there was a sink still on the wall. So this is a bedroom with a sink in there. So no bathroom or anything, but just a sink. And so I had to take the sink out, or I hired a plumber to take the sink out. And then here's me trying to patch the wall. So me patching the wall. So it's definitely not perfect, still probably not perfect today. And then there was some cracking like at the top of, coming down on the ceiling and things. And here's me trying to patch that, smooth it out, like use putty and whatever you use. I had to Google it. I figured it all out. I bought all the supplies. I'm trying to do this, and it was never perfect. I swear to God, I spent so much time on this flipping bedroom, or what is now a home office, for myself. I was like, never, ever again, I'm going to hire people to do this stuff, because for me, it wasn't worth it. I was spending way too much time doing something that I didn't really enjoy. Some people enjoy that. I did not enjoy that. So for me, it's always now more about progress over perfection. And again, I have been in places, even when I started this business about 10 years ago, where I was like, oh no, we can't launch this yet, or we can't do this yet because it's not perfect. And I would try and make everything perfect, because God forbid you'd launch something without it being perfect. But it's really, how do you make progress over perfection? So how do you keep moving forward, knowing that it's never, nothing is ever going to be perfect in reality, because my perfect may be different than your perfect. And that's just the reality of life. My perfect may be what I'm seeing as perfect, and you may look at it and be like, that's not perfect. That looks like crap. So for me, I've learned my biggest thing is slowly moving forward. So for example, I'm launching a webinar and a course later this summer, and there were so many pieces. So I was like, oh, I got to have like a couple hours, at least a couple times a week. And I got to get all this stuff done. And I could never figure out how to get the couple hours, a couple times a week or more in my schedule. I look at my schedule and I'd be like, oh my God, there's just too much in it. I can't schedule 2 hours on it during the week. And so I finally was like, okay, you know what? 18 minutes a day, I'm going to spend working on this stuff. That's it. And so sometimes now I spend 18 minutes, timer goes off, and I do set a timer. So this thing goes off, and that's all the time I have that day, and I'm done. And then sometimes timer goes off and I keep going for a little longer. It might be 30 minutes. It might be 45 minutes. It might be an hour. But that's really served me, because instead of me having to really trying to control the time and figure out how to get it all in and make it perfect, like, you know what? I can find 18 minutes. Anyone can find 18 minutes in their schedule. So before you say to me, hey, I can't exercise because I don't have that extra hour in my schedule, take 18 minutes. Take 18 minutes, go for a walk. Take 18 minutes, watch a YouTube video. Take 18 minutes, do some bands in your house. Do some squats in your house. That's exercise. But figure out the progress over the perfection, because we're never, ever, ever going to reach perfection. And I finally, over the course of my life have realized that, after being more of that perfectionist growing up and in my earlier parts of my life, is I'm more interested in progress and enjoying the progress than killing myself over trying to be perfect and then not being happy with it. So I hope this helped a little bit today for anyone that's kind of stuck in that perfectionistic tendencies. And I still go there. Trust me. I mean, I'm still, I still have to kind of like moderate some stuff in my own life. But I hope just some of the tips I suggested, a couple of things helped. Some of the examples helped. And if it does, drop it in the comments if you're watching this on the replay. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I look forward to touching base with you again next week. And if I don't see you before that, happy 4th of July. Have a fabulous weekend. Bye for now.